Good morning, guys. Thank you for joining today. And we're doing Module 4, Lesson 29. Before we get started, as always, we will take a moment to say thank you to our friends and family for everything that they do to help and support us from day to day. So let's get started. And today our objective is to represent a pictorial decomposition and a composition addition stories to 9 with a 5 group drawing and equations with no unknown, which simply means that we are going to break apart 9 and we are going to use that breaking apart 9 in our math story using a 5 group method. So we already know what a 5 group is. In a simpler way to put it, a 5 group is when you put 5 objects together in one line, and then anything above the number 5, it goes in the second line. Some of the materials you'll be needing for today's work is loose leaf paper, something to write with. You will need your math book. You'll definitely need your number bond chart, and you'll need something around the house, about 10 pieces of it. So let's get to the application problem. So the application problem, what you will need is you'll need a loose leaf papers, or if you have a number bond chart, you can take that out too, and we'll use the both sides. So I will read out the application problem twice, and then we'll do it together. As I do it, you will follow me, or we can do together as in one. So the way it works, I'll read it again. I'm going to read the application problem now. And it says Isaac had 9 pennies. He wanted to use 4 of his pennies to buy some gum and 5 pennies to buy a balloon. Draw the picture, and on your paper, show the number bond that corresponds with his pennies now. It's supposed to say his over here. I'll read it again. Isaac had 9 pennies. He wanted to use 4 of his pennies to buy some gum and 5 pennies to buy a balloon. Draw the picture. On your paper, show the number bond that corresponds with his pennies now. So remember, we have to draw so at this time you can draw a picture of a bubble gum and a balloon. So let's look at the story on how many pennies is he using to buy a bubble gum. So in the story it says he's using 4. So I'm going to draw 4 pennies next to the bubble gum to show that he's buying the bubble gum with 4 pennies. Then for the balloon, he's spending 5 pennies. He has 5 pennies to spend for the balloon, so I'm going to draw 5 pennies for the balloon. So did you see how I draw the pennies? I have 5 pennies in a row, which means that these are 5 group way. Now, since I already know that I have 9 pennies, this means that 4 plus 5 equals 9. Now I have to draw a number bond to match with my picture. So at this time, you can take out your number bond chart and we will do it together. As you can see, I changed the direction for my number bond because I wanted you guys to get used to the number bonds in different position, because as you get older and go to first grade, and you'll see later on in our other problem sets that we have, the direction for our number bond has changed, or always it changes. So today we'll do it this direction. We have the 2 parts next to each other and then the whole. So the story said he had 9 pennies, so I'm going to put 9 as whole, and then I'm going to use my picture, and then I will just make that into numbers on my number bond chart. So I know he uses 4 pennies to buy a bubble gum. So I'm going to put 4 to match the 4 pennies for the bubble gum. And then for the balloon, he uses 5 pennies. So I'm going to match 5 pennies with 5 over here. This is to show that the two parts of 9 are 5 and 4. So the way we would say it is 5 and 4 is 9. So let's get started with our lesson. So the story is for our lesson today is going to be that Gabriel has 9 cookies. Gabriel have 9 cookies. So I have a group of 5 and a group of 4, and I know 4 and 5 makes 9. So Gabriel have 9 cookies, and he wants to share some cookies with Angel, and he wants to share some cookies with Ileana. So Gabriel has some cookies and he wants to share it with 2 of his friends. So let's see how many he gives to his friends. So at this time, you can take out a piece of paper or your dry erase board, erase it from the application problem, and go to the clean side or the blank side, and please draw 9 circles. Please draw 9 circles to show that these are 9 cookies. Let's see how many he gives it to the boy. Looks like he wants to give 3 cookies to the boy, right? And to the girl, or we can see that he's giving rest of the cookies. So it looks like I have a group of 5 and 1 to the next line, which means he gave the girl 6 cookies and he gave the boy 3 cookies. Now we have to represent these pictures to the number bond. So flip your paper to the other side where you see a number bond chart, as again I changed my direction for the number bond. Please change your direction to the any way you like, because we need to get used to again we need to get used to the number bond being in a different direction, because the problem sets will have that, or we have seen it in the previous problem sets. So this is my whole and the 2 parts are together. So I know Gabriel had 9 cookies, so I'm going to put 9. And then he gave 3 cookies to one of his friend, who was a boy. So I'm going to put 3 cookies here to represent the 3 cookies I see up here. And then since the girl has 6 cookies, I'm going to put 6 next to in one of the parts. So I know that 3 and 6, when they come together, it becomes 9. Again, when 3 and 6 comes together, it becomes 9. Now, at this time, I want you to make a number sentence. I want you to make a number sentence that represents the picture and the number bonds. So you can pause the video and make that number sentence. So the way I would do it is 3 plus 6 equals 9. Again, 3 plus 6 equals 9. Or 9 equals 6 plus 3. Again, it doesn't matter where you put the big number, whether it's in the front, whether it's in the back. When it comes to addition, it doesn't matter the position or the place of the number, as long as you have your answer. In this case, the whole is 9 in both sides. So remember, you are showing 2 different ways to make 9. Well, one way, but you're writing it in 2 different ways. Meaning you have 2 different number sentences. You have one that's 3 plus 6 equals 9, and 9 equals 6 plus 3. So at this time, please take out your math book, your math workbook, and we will get started with our problem set. First thing first, you'll put your name and today's date Since most of the time I get confused with the dates, I started putting the dates ahead of this time. All you have to do is make sure you write the date, the correct date in both sides, right? So it's 5-6-2020. Make sure you're in problem set 29, right, for today. And I will write my name. Make sure you write your name on the both page because I need to know who's submitting the papers. Okay, let's get started. Izzy had a tea party with 7 bears and 2 dolls. There were 9 friends at the party. Fill in the number bond and the number sentence. So remember what I said, your number bond and number sentence will change for the problem set because the book or the lesson is trying to tell you the different ways. You just have to make sure and concentrate on where the whole is and where the 2 parts are. So let me read the problem set again. It says, Izzy had a tea party with 7 teddy bears. As you can see, the 7 teddy bears. I have 5 group and a 2 extra on the next line. And 2 dolls. Right here are the 2 dolls. There were 9 friends at the party. So means like all together, Izzy had 9 of his toy friends at the tea party. Fill in the number bond. The number bond reads that 9 and blank and blank. Those are the 2 parts that are missing. So I know from the story there are 7 bears and 2 dolls. So that means 7 and 2 are my parts. Let's read the number sentence. It says 9 equals blank plus blank. So when you see a plus sign between 2 numbers, that means those are the 2 parts because the whole or all together Izzy had 9 friends at the party. So I'm going to write 2 dolls plus 7 bears equals 9. So now the answer reads 9 equal 2 plus 7. And the number bond reads 9 as a whole and 7 and 2 as a part. I want you to do this one, and this one by yourself. Parents, your child might need help reading the story. Please help your child to read the story so they can do their work. Let's go on to the next page. Again, this is for the students who does not have the math book. Again, this is for the students who does not have the math book. So as you can see, one of the problem set has like basketball and baseball. If you do not want to draw that, that's okay. You can just draw sticks or circle. Again, please make sure, since there's 2 pages here, please put your name and today's date on both page. Again, let's read the story. Jack found 7 balls while cleaning the toy bin. He found 6 basketballs and 1 baseball. Fill in the number sentence and the number bond. Again, let's do the number sentence this time. It says 7 equals blank plus blanks. And from our previous problem set, we saw that when we have addition sign in between 2 blanks, that means these are the 2 parts. And from the story, we can see that Jack has 6 basketball and 1 baseball. So which means 6 plus 1 equals 7. At this time, you can check your work by counting in your fingers, or you can use the materials you have next to you to check your work. Let's do the number bond. It says 7 and 2 parts, right? Both of the parts are missing. So I'm going to put 1 and 6 because I have 1 and 6 over here for the parts. So you can do either one of them first, and it makes it easy for you to do the other. For example, since I did the number sentence first, I just copied the answers or the blank in here, the empty boxes and the empty parts, which was easy for me. Last but not least, today I would love to give a shout out to Diane because I see that she's very engaged doing her math work, and I love that she follows as I am saying the work in the video. So thank you, Diane. And for rest of you guys, thank you so much for being here with me. I'm going to see you guys tomorrow. Stay safe and wash your hands frequently. I miss you guys. So until tomorrow, bye.